All right, this shit's not level at all. My garage is snowed in. So it's the reveal of my messy ass garage. Oh, oh yeah. Hello everybody. Welcome back to Just Nate Productions. I'm Just Nate, and this is my messy ass garage. I'm gonna step out of the frame so you guys can really see how fucking messy it is. Hello. All right, so I have a bunch of shit in here and a whole bunch of shit thrown around all over the place from doing side work and fixing up this hunk of junk right here. This is a Honda CB1 NC27 to 1990 little bike, and I love it. I love it so much. I don't even think it's gonna start right now. There's fucking mad old gas in here, so that's gonna be fun to work on in the upcoming months. And I got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if you can see it really in the foreground. Not really. It's just out of frame. I have a cherry picker. I have a bunch of lawnmowers, a broken snowblower that it's been my project to fix ever since, and my old Snap-on toolbox, and everything's just thrown all over the place. And this is really what I want to be working on. This is my hopefully gonna be one of my bigger videos. I want to change these lights out eventually because they're so fucking dim, and I want to change this whole thing up. I want to make it look like mine, and right now it really does look like mine. It does look like mine, but I want it to look better. I want this to be my hub, my studio where I want to record and everything. So big plans, big plans. But today I got an oil change on a 2022 Toyota Camry, all-wheel drive. I love these cars, and I love this customer. This is like these him and his partner. These are my favorite customers of all time. I love these guys. They're really understanding. You could tell them anything, and they'll try to conceptualize it and they'll try to understand what I'm trying to tell them. So it's nothing it's nothing crazy. It's just an oil change, but I learned one massive thing in the automotive industry, and that's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So keep it simple, stupid. Let's start with an oil change. I seen a few videos online of people doing oil changes for the first time, and sometimes the saddest thing I ever seen in my life. I seen a guy not cross it, but he over tightened his drain bolt and he destroyed the threads in the oil pan, and his shit was leaking. And I've had customers like that too, where they're trying to do things for cheaper and they end up making it more expensive because they don't know what they're doing. So keep it simple, stupid. It's just gonna be a bitch to try to trek my jack over the snow piles to the Camry, but let's head over to the Camry. So this right here is the Camry in question. I love these cars. These Camry, you literally can't go wrong with these Camrys. These Camrys and the Corollas of the same year are to die for. They're probably one of the best cars to ever be produced. And I don't think there's ever been a Camry, to my knowledge, or a Corolla, to my knowledge, that doesn't live up to the name of Toyota. Where reliable, amazing. This car has 75K on it, and the brakes still aren't worn down to be replaced. This thing's fucking amazing. This is his second set of tires, but these tires are great. There's nothing better than this car, and I'm glad that the type of customer that he is, I'm glad, or type of person he is in general, I'm glad that he has an amazing, reliable car like this. And before, he had a Hyundai Sonata, and while I was working on it, I needed brakes all around. And while I was working on it, I noticed on the backside, while I was underneath, I was looking up. I noticed on the backside of it that the head was leaking oil straight out of the head, straight out of the gasket. And I was like, well, you could put money into it, but I would recommend, before it gets too bad, put the brakes on it, trade it in. That's exactly what he did. He got this Camry, and this is the best car he could have gotten. So what I like to do when I get in any car, starting it up, I like to drive it, but it's gonna snow soon, and I won't have time to drive it in see how it is beforehand. So first thing I like to do is turn on the car, see if there's any lights or anything that might be of concern. I love that intro. I love how this car. I love everything about this car. This car is amazing. This car is amazing, and he absolutely loves this car. He loves this car. That's something that I would do, but TPMSA would be on prior. Unfortunately, my inflator, my tire inflator, broke on me, so I wouldn't be able to inflate his tires. But I don't see anything wrong here, so let's proceed with popping the hood and proceed with doing the oil change. All right, so moving on to the engine bay. This is what I usually do. I'll just pop off the oil cap, the dipstick, take a look around. Coolant's over here. Current looks good. It's in the middle. That's around spec. His brake fluid is getting low, so I might have to inspect the brakes after all. Check the air filter. Toyotas are really easy. They're always really accessible right in front. So I may have to undo that. So let's get a screwdriver and undo that real quick. But a roll car would be loud when I would move shit, when I move it around. I don't have a pick for that. It's all right. Move that out of there. Fix the tension spring because it just slid off. Let's look at the air filter. I replaced it not too long ago, so it's starting to build debris. I wouldn't sell that. I wouldn't sell that at all. That definitely got mad life to it. We're gonna check it next time it comes around. Get you back on there. Nice and tight. It didn't have trouble starting up, so I doubt that the battery's dying. Front pads don't look too terrible. Shit, these rear pads. Oh, these rear pads look like they're starting to go. All right. All right. So let's get the jack out here. Whew. There's 4 10 mil bolts, or you could use a Phillips head screwdriver to get them out. So let's do that. So we gained access to the drain plug. It's right here. I don't know if you guys can see the filter. It's over here. Let me move the camera down a little bit. It's over here. And let's take a look at what we're looking at. Dry bumps over here. It don't look bad. Good way to tell what these things is with a gauge, but I don't have a gauge. So we're checking it based off of dry cracking and the back of the belt. If it looks weird, that could be an indication that a pulley can be seizing up or it's not having proper tension on a pulley. Not everything is judged by the ribs. I don't see no oil leaks or anything under here. This axle looks freaking amazing. It looks brand new because that's what my shoes always on. This axle also looks amazing. For the brake fluid being a little low, these front pads are fat as fuck. Oh, fancy meeting you here. Alright, let's get this thing drained. Always make sure that your ratchet's on off. You will fuck up the threads in that pan. So Make sure you're doing it right. Make sure it's lefty-loosey. Make sure you're on that. This thing is gonna need a new gasket for the drain plug. Look at that oil. He does his oil changes exactly what he needs to, and that oil looks fucking beautiful. Like a crimson red when it comes out, instead of it being black and murky. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. All right, so we're right back in the recording studio. The recording studio. The most expensive recording studio. The greatest recording studio. So we're going to good old AutoZone to get the filter and the oil. So we're on our way. All right, so it started snowing and we're running out of time. So while you guys weren't looking, I put a non-spill funnel on this because those are my favorite things to use. You can see the snow coming down pretty hard. So make sure if you pull the dipstick, always push it all the way down, because like I've worked on Hellcats and demons and stuff, and if you do it too fast with the thing with the dipstick, if you pour the oil in too fast with the dipstick out, it'll actually travel through the PCV and hit the filter and oil up the filter. As far as I know, yeah, I could be conflating my information. That could have been like that to begin with, but that's what's happened to me before. And Nissans don't really like it when you do that. So let's go fill this thing up. This thing takes about 5 quarts of oil, so let's put 5 quarts in. I got the high mileage mobile one, and with the additives of the advanced fuel economy stuff, I feel like that's gonna really do good for the engine, having different types of additives in them. So let's get to pouring. That's okay. All right. I can never do those commercials where they just pour the oil in there for that perfect oil thing. I can never do those because I can never pour well. So that's just a classic oil change. So now, next thing I like to do is I like to start it up, let it run for about an hour, make sure everything's circulating right, and there's not gonna be any issues, anything that's leaking or anything. So I'll start her up. While we're in it, I'm gonna check the wiper blades. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This car's amazing. This car's amazing. Toyota really knows how to fucking build their shit when they're not making new cars. Looking at that, I don't even know what it's called. It's some fucking weird. It has a Z in it or something, or an X. I can't remember. It's basically a big Prius, and unlike my Prius, it's not as good. So we're just gonna let her run out here for an hour, hour and a half. We're gonna make sure that we check to see if it's leaking at all. I have my trusty hangy bangy cardboard box over here, so we'll just see if there's any drips coming out the bottom. So we'll be back in an hour. It is snowing like a motherfucker. Snow is piling up. So we love winter. I actually do love winter. I love winter. I love the snow. I just don't like working in it.
I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it, let it take you away.